Hello, my name is Paul Iske. I'm Chief Dialogues Officer at ABN AMRO Bank and I'm Professor Open Innovation at the University of Maastricht in the Netherlands. I'm the chairman of the jury and I'm extremely pleased with this competition, the competition of future ideas, because it's really wonderful to see so many perspectives on the idea of innovation from different countries, from different topics, different angles, to look at the topic of innovation and future thinking. I've seen many theses in the competition and I'm really excited about the quality and also about the originality. It is very much related to what I call combinatoric innovation, because when I've read all these different theses, it sparked my imagination. Hey, if we would combine this with that, then I think we would get even more original ideas. So I really hope that other people will also take the time to get into the content of these theses, that they're willing to talk to the people who produce them. They must be wonderful people and I very much look forward to meet them in person this Friday when we have the finals of this competition. And I also hope that this is not only the first one of this competition, but certainly not the last one. So I would say keep on producing this very good work. I'm interested, I think many people will be interested, and I also hope that these ideas that have come up from this thesis will also be used and will be the source of new thinking and new ways of value creation. So good luck with the competition.
Hi, I'm Navi Rajou. I'm the co-author of a book called Jugaad Innovation. And Jugaad is actually the ability for creative entrepreneurs to come up with very ingenious solutions using very limited resources. And it's something that we see practiced in many emerging markets like India, China, Africa, Brazil, where people face a lot of adversity and have very limited means and resources, and yet they rely and tap into their ingenuity and resilience to come up with very affordable solutions that deliver more value to the local communities using very limited resources. And I'm hoping that more entrepreneurs, and particularly students in Europe, will adopt this kind of Jugaad mindset to come up with very affordable solutions that will help improve our healthcare system in Europe, or give better access to education services, or maybe in the space of banking services or financial services. There's a lot of financial inclusion, even in Europe right now. So I'm hoping that young people watching this video will have a chance to take a look at my book, Jugaad Innovation, and learn some tricks or get some tips on how they could launch their own ventures that will produce these amazing frugal solutions that could bring more value to European societies as well.
Hello, my name is Robertus. 4 questions. Let's start with the most difficult one. What my idea or big ideas for a better future. Let's stick to the creative sector in this respect. I strongly believe that we all see that the world is changing from a commodity economy to an experience and transformation economy. So we no longer talk only about products from a creative perspective, but we talk about solutions. It's no longer about products and stuff, but integral solutions for a better world. That means that designers do have, in my humble idea, is that designers do have a great position today, because they are very good in these processes and they can help all kinds of partners who should come up with solutions all together in alliances to help them doing that. So my advice for young graduates would be focus on that change. Do realize that with the way you think and the way you look at the world, you can help a lot of organizations and companies to improve whatever they're doing in product-service combinations. I'm 60, so when I graduated, the world was, for a designer, a complete different world. I worked for 2 large companies and the last 25 years for Philips Design. When I started in the early 90s, My starting point was the work of marketeers and engineers. So we started with working prototypes, engineering prototypes. So it was all done. So we really were just entering the whole process at more or less the end of the process. From that time on, so in the early 90s, Philips started hiring all kinds of human behavior specialists. So in that respect, designers really changed their position in these processes towards the far more strategic end of starting points of it. So if I would say, and would answer the question how to accelerate the power of these future ideas, I would strongly recommend designers to realize that it is about alliances and finding solutions. So please focus on that, and please help this world becoming a more safer and a friendlier in all respect world than it is today. Success.
When I think about the future, I think about the ability to have a very seamless life. I think the future is about convergence. I think it's about the convergence in every aspect of what we value and what we do. I see a convergence of professional and personal lives. I think that when people live to be 150 years old, they're going to find a way to do what they love and love what they do and make that part of their everyday journey, not sort of a start and stop and then start and stop again in, after retirement. I think they'll find a way to have a much more balanced, blended life. I think it's convergence of technologies. I think it's a recalibration of value. I think it's about convergence of data and of intelligence. I think that there's a lot of opportunity in the future to choose your path and to create a new path. I don't think most of the jobs even exist yet. I think that there's a lot more. I think there's an opportunity for people to showcase ingenuity and spirit and creativity. I think the future is about whole brain thinking, not just left brain and not just right brain. It's about how do you appreciate and practice divergent thinking, and how do you see things differently and create new paths and create new opportunities. Years ago, it was a handful of people, a fraction of people that graduated with university or advanced degrees. Now it seems as though everybody's graduating with a degree, and not only that, everybody has done extensive work in a philanthropic capacity, building a house in Haiti or equivalent, studying in other countries, traveling, dedicating time to practice things that are important to them and to build that into the journey. And I think that's very different from when I was in school. It was way less sophisticated and a lot less competitive. Maybe you studied abroad, maybe you spoke one or two additional languages, but the fact that there are people, the barrier to entry right now for creating new opportunities, new business models, new companies, new products is just, it's just so accessible. You're seeing so much more of that so much sooner. And it's just incredible to me when I look at the accomplishments and the aptitude of those younger folks today. I would say my advice to anybody who's just now entering the professional job search or candidacy would be to network, to make sure that you are leveraging the networks of others, you're navigating through to get to the right people, you're showcasing your personal brand, you are being social in person, and you're practicing what you want to practice in the future, and you're showcasing yourself really really holistically.
Hello everybody, I am Jacques Babot. I was working a few weeks ago at the European Commission in Brussels in the field of future internet. Now I can really enjoy the landscape here near Bordeaux. I wanted to say a few words for this Future Ideas contest. First, how I see the future. Well, I see the future interconnected, of course. I am a telecom engineer working in the field of Internet of the Future. Therefore, the future definitely will be totally interconnected, with more facilities even than now. A lot of facilities for the entrepreneurs to get application, to identify more the customer needs. We could have access also to data mining application. We could see more possibility of interconnecting with remote application in the cloud. But the big change will be, I think, the internet connection with objects, what we call now the Internet of Things. In the future, what we call already the Web 3.0 will be really a huge difference. It will be possible for the automate, for the robot, to interconnect between them. Therefore, this interactivity could change really the context of the work, of customers' access, and so on. But this is not sure, in fact, because this will depend on how the data privacy, the data will be handled. We see that there could be a huge problem in this domain, and this could ruin really the future of the internet if the client, the customer, don't trust internet. But when we see the progress in the last 40 years, we can imagine that, or we cannot imagine what will be really the future. I remember 40 years ago when I graduated, it was not possible to rely on internet or SMS and so on. The world was not interconnected at all. No internet, no fax, no SMS, no email. We had to rely only on analog telephony and telex. And therefore life was not so easy for the entrepreneurs, for the enterprise, to find a client, to make a proposal and so on. It was necessary to have a quite well-organized organization, in the way to send letters, to wait for the answer during weeks. Therefore, at that time, I can remember, I can give you an anecdote. I was trying to call a number in Brocklist, a little village in the UK. And to get this number, I remember it took me at least 1 hour, because it was necessary to go through an operator in Bordeaux, after that an operator in Paris, after that an operator in London, after that an operator again in Exeter, near the village, and to get the 391 in Brocklist. Therefore you can imagine how it was possible to organize selling object and finish, I would like to give you a citation of Paulo Coelho, which is a Brazilian novelist. He said, dreamers can be tamed. Tamed in French it is dompté. Therefore, I would like to give you an advice. Dream, innovate, and never be tamed. Never allow your dream to be tamed. Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Tzveti, and I have a bunch of questions to answer connected to future ideas. Well, the first one is about a big idea of mine for a better future. Better future for me means simply happier people. And what it takes is to share more and to care more. I know it sounds idealistic, but look at examples like Udacity and Coursera. Look at all these platforms for sharing goods that are born by the crisis. These are really business examples of more sharing and more caring. Then comes my advice to the fresh graduates. Well, advice, I don't know, but it's connected to failure. Failure is fine. Practically failure is really great because the lessons that we learn from failure are uncomparable to any other lesson in life. What was my world when I was a graduate? It was full of energy and curiosity. It was a time of change for my country, and we had a lot of really great opportunities. Last but not least, what we can do to accelerate the ideas of the future. Well, we have two things to do. The first one is to let them do it. Let the people who have the great ideas just to make them happen. And the other one is to support them with whatever we can. Usually people with great ideas have a lot of energy to make them happen, so we just need to let them do. See you!